Latricia and Greg had a baby early in their relationship, and then he cheated. Well, Latricia thought that marrying Greg would fix everything. Well, that didn't work. You see, now Greg thinks that Latricia is cheating not just with her male clients at work, but also one of his family members. And Latricia says if Greg is still cheating, she has the divorce papers ready. How bad is the fighting becoming in your marriage?
It's so bad to where I just feel so terrible. Sometimes I just want to go in the room and just cry. I love the man, but he has to stop. Since we've been together, I've never been with nobody, no one, just him. Just him. It's a simple fact, all you have to do is just believe what I say. You married me for a reason, so therefore there should be no ifs, ands, or buts about what I say. She's like, okay, I believe my wife and nobody else over my wife. I was good enough for you to marry. I should be good enough for you to believe.
To me, it doesn't come across as a guy who really loves his wife.
It doesn't. It doesn't. The stuff that he's saying, I didn't know him. That was way before I even knew him. Right. So therefore, how can you say I cheated with somebody when we was together? We wasn't.
Right.
I didn't know you at the time. Now,
you have divorce papers with you, right?
I do.
And why do you have that?
I said, I'm not playing with him no more. Today is today. I'm done. I can't do it no more. No more.
I'm told that he calls you names?
He calls me the bitch. He calls me the slut, tramp, everything except for what my dad named me.
So why haven't those divorce papers been used already?
I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah. He's been physical with you, choking, slapping you. How did that come about?
Because he was cheating.
He was cheating?
He was cheating.
So he slapped and choked you?
Yes.
Why didn't you lock him up when he put his hands on you?
I don't know. I'm not the type of person to actually call the police on the one.
But yeah, I am if somebody's putting their hands on me.
Yeah, I know.
So when you meet Greg for the first time, how soon after did you get pregnant?
It's like a month later.
So it was
fast,
really quick.
Really quick.
I got to take it wasn't a planned pregnancy, right?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
What was your feelings? Were you already in love with him by then, or?
I was.
You were. Now he cheated on you while you were pregnant, right?
Yes.
How did you find out?
Social media.
You busted him on social media?
He posted on social media with another woman.
While he's with you?
Yes.
What did he post?
Him and her together taking pictures.
Oh. But then you decided to marry him after that.
Yeah, I did. We had this beautiful little boy.
Yeah.
And thinking that was going to change everything.
Right. And that's a big mistake, right? When we think that getting married is going to fix flaws in the relationship, that's never a good plan.
No.
So you got married, and how long were things good for?
About a month or so.
A month.
Then it all repeats itself.
The name calling.
The name calling.
The accusations.
The accusations. And
now he traces you with GPS, right?
yes.
Why does he trace you with GPS?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Where does he think you're at?
Another man.
Another man.
That I don't see.
And you
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't cheat on him.
No, never did.
Now he thinks that you slept with one of his family members.
Yes.
Why?
Your guess is as good as mine. I have no clue. I don't talk to this guy. I don't know nothing about this guy. Nothing.
But you still love him?
I got that much.
Yeah. But if he passes today, you'd be willing to keep going and give it a chance?
Yes.
Okay. And he took a lie detector test?
He did.
And if he fails, he's getting the papers?
He's got those papers.
He's getting the divorce papers. All right, let's meet Greg.
You brought divorce papers, though?
I did.
I'm saying, you could have said something. Like,
you knew
GPS
I had them.
Don't lie.
It does lie.
GPS don't lie.
It
my
does
GPS
lie.
everywhere. My GPS says I am. I'm there.
I don't know that. I don't check it.
If I trusted
That's
you, I
the
wouldn't
woman
check
that
yours.
I am. I don't check GPSs.
What the streets say you about?
Discreet.
That's what the streets say.
But you married me.
Yeah, I did.
So the streets say she's a what?
Thought.
A thought.
Yeah.
I wasn't a thought when you went to that altar with me.
Okay. The streets say she's a thought. What do you say about your wife?
I mean, some things she do make me feel that way. I ain't gonna lie.
So you say your own wife is a thought.
Exactly.
See, I married you because I thought that would
You
make
thought.
you not be a thought anymore.
You thought.
You know what I'm saying?
You thought.
Change you.
But you say you love me, huh?
I do.
That ain't
do.
love. That's not love.
I do love you.
It's not love. It's not love.
So you brought me way up here to tell me something that I already know.
To tell you what? No, I brought
for me to
you
find
here
out.
to tell you that you have a good wife.
Oh. I've heard that before.
I don't care who you heard it from.
I've heard that
This the
before.
good wife right here.
All right.
Are
The
you
good
unhappy?
wife.
Are you unhappy?
It's like this. Right now I am. Things change now.
Well, then
like,
you should
no
leave. Like, I've been
communication.
telling I had to tell you that. You're not happy.
We have
the
a
door
kid
is
together.
always open.
We have a kid together. My son with me. You know what
That's your decision.
I'm saying? Yeah. Y'all
Yeah, but I
clapping,
mean, if you get to the point, you put your hands on her, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not proud of that, and I'm not did it anymore. I was just so upset. You know what I'm
What
saying?
were you upset about?
I really thought she had messed with one of my family members.
Yeah.
Why are you
Did the
still
family-
married to
Because
me?
I never
Did the
felt like-
family member ever say, "Yeah, I did her"?
No.
So you just beat her ass on a hunch.
Like I said, people had already been talking and saying this and saying
But
that.
nobody, she denied it, the family member denied it, so you went ahead and did it anyways.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not proud of that.
But you still married me.
Y'all probably boxed too.
But you married me though.
I don't see a guy who acts like he's in love with his wife. It's like the marriage means nothing to you. You think so lowly of her. She did this, she did that.
I'm not the only person who thinks that, Steve. She had like I'm
But you're the only person
saying it.
married to her.
Exactly.
I was hearing these things. Whatever.
I mean, if I was married to somebody I had no respect for, that I thought was a whore and everything
Yeah.
else, I'd leave.
Speak.
It's an ounce of me to feel like, you know, you might not be like that. But like I said, what? I'm saying.
Do you
These
cheat
things
on
go.
her?
I have.
Do you still?
Nah.
Took too long to answer.
I'm saying I don't.
When's the last time you cheated on her?
A few years ago.
A few years ago.
Yeah.
Guess what? I never.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Yeah, sure.
I'm crazy.
Why? Like, do you really need a lie detector
crazy.
test to get divorced? I mean,
All right, Steve. It's one side. Whatever. You think it's funny. That's what I'm saying. It's not funny.
how would you feel if she passes?
An idiot.
I doubt she's going to pass, but whatever.
But if she were,
You like a real idiot on national television.
You got to pass first.
I already did.
Whatever.
Latricia came here and took a lie detector test, and we asked her, while in a relationship with Gregory, have you had sexual intercourse with any other man? She answered no. While in a relationship with Gregory, have you had sexual contact with any other man? She answered no. Have you ever had sexual intercourse with Gregory's family member? She answered no. Have you ever had sexual contact with Gregory's family member? She answered no. The results came back all the same, and they came back that Latricia told the truth.
Kiss my foot.
I'm sorry.
Kiss me.
I'm sorry.
Kiss my foot. Yes.
I'm sorry. For real, baby.
Where's the camera? Look into that camera and tell them I have the good wife. I have the best wife in the world.
I can't lie to y'all. I done took that through a lot. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Baby, I'm sorry.
I should
just
have to
couldn't
bring you
believe.
here.
I said the GPS put you.
I don't care.
I even show you what. I
care.
even show you.
I don't care.
I'm saying, don't you?
I don't care.
So the GPS.
I don't care.
all right.
Obviously,
But
it's
mine-
lying.
but I'm
What
saying-
did that just say?
You say you passed.
Exactly. So screw the GPS and screw the crap that you're saying out your mouth. Grow up and be the man that you're supposed to be and love your wife.
I do love you.
You kicked her ass for nothing.
You put, exactly, for no reason.
That was years ago, and
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, you still bring it up. No more. It is today.
One way or the other.
Sorry, baby.
Greg came here to take a lie detector. He tells the examiner, Greg admits to sexual intercourse with 6 women since being married. And six additional women.
Thought she was
6
cheating.
additional women
6?
prior to
Thought
marriage.
she was cheating.
6.
Thought she was cheating. Baby,
Hold on, let me finish reading this. Greg admitted to sexual contact with 13 women total.
wait,
The last time was a month and a half ago when he received oral sex from one of the women.
listen, baby, I'm sorry.
You got to know.
I
6.
thought you was cheating on me, love.
He said 13.
That was before we was
A
married.
month ago.
A month and a half ago. And that's when I looked at your GPS and seen that it was saying you were in another place. At a whole apartment. Like you're not even.
Out my face.
I know I love you.
No, you don't. If you love me,
love
you
you.
wouldn't see what you did.
Baby, I love you.
You don't love
I
me.
swear.
You don't
I
love
swear
me.
to God, I love you.
Get out of my
I
face.
don't want to lose you.
Well, you just lost me, dumbass.
Man, you know, act like that stuff wasn't saying. You serious?
Cheated a month ago. You got
I didn't
oral
have-
sex from somebody.
I mean, we don't even communicate no more.
Hold on. Okay. He just got oral sex a month and a half ago, and from when I took it, he was blaming you for that. He was blaming you for doing that. Now, just from an outsider looking in, it doesn't seem like that guy loves you.
Don't.
And he's got problems. And I hope that you'll take these papers, and I hope that you'll use them, and I hope you'll find somebody that treats you a lot better. The last time Dale was here, he was under investigation by Child Services. He was being accused of putting a zip tie around his young son's neck and stapling him to a wall. And that's not all. He was also accused of giving his son a black eye, a bloody nose, and illegal drugs. The accusations even included molesting his own daughter. But Dale maintained that none of these accusations were true. Take a look at this shocking story and stay tuned because we have the update. Crystal, tell me what happened 3 months ago.
3 months ago was the worst day of my life. I got my kids taken. I came home to the police and the CPS worker and a bunch of people at my house. And my kids were in the house. I came home to my son, and he had those marks around his eyes and the mark around his neck.
He had black eyes.
He had black eyes, yes.
And he had a mark around his neck, like
Like
what?
his-
Like somebody had tied something around his neck?
Yes. Yes.
And what happened? First of all, you know, you're coming home to the police and all these CPS workers and stuff at your house. Have they never been there before?
They have, just not as many.
Okay. So now it comes and you see a lot of people and you're like, what the hell's going on? You get there, you see your son, visible injuries, right?
Yes.
What happens next?
I had tried to ask him. He was scared and nervous, and he ran off. And I didn't believe that my husband had done that. So
Who told you that your husband did it?
A bunch of people was telling me that my son had told the CPS worker that his dad did that.
Yeah. So government workers were telling you this,
Yes.
and you didn't believe them.
No.
Why not?
I don't believe them for 1 minute because of the fact that he has never abused my children.
Who did you think did the injuries to your son?
Honestly, my younger son.
And you believe he gave your older son 2 black eyes and put like a rope mark around his neck?
Yes.
Has your husband ever abused you?
No. Yes.
How has he abused you?
In the past, we have gotten into heated arguments. He's pushed me. He's slapped me.
Punched you?
Never punched me. No.
Just slap you?
Pushed me and slapped me.
Pushed you down to the ground?
Yes.
So if he'll do that to you, why don't you believe he'll do that to his own children? What's that?
You're right.
Now, the CPS documents reads that he held your son down and put a zip tie around his neck.
Yeah, that I don't believe that.
That is like pretty severe, extreme
Exactly.
torture, right?
Yeah.
A zip tie around the neck. I mean,
Yeah.
you could kill somebody. Now, this one I don't understand. He stapled your child to the wall.
Yeah, that one I don't understand either.
How do you staple a child to the wall?
I really don't know. I mean, I
pinch
would
their skin
assume
and staple?
I would assume a staple gun.
Well, yeah, I would assume a staple gun. I'm saying you have to pull the skin out to staple him to the wall.
Right.
I mean, if he were to do this, he'd be like a evil person, right?
Yeah.
Does he give your kids drugs?
No, not that I know of. I'm always around unless I'm working.
Yeah. What's this about him feeding your baby drugs in a bottle?
That I don't believe either for a fact because, like I said, I've always had my kids from day one. And every time when he was on drugs, he would always leave.
Does your husband do drugs?
Not now, no.
But did he?
Yes, at some point, yes.
What do you mean at some point? When?
There was times that he did drugs before we had even gotten together the first time. He was doing drugs if and when and out of the relationship.
But he did drugs when he was with you, right?
Yes.
What
As
kind of-
far as I know,
what
I
kind
was
of
being
drugs?
told otherwise.
What kind of drugs?
As far as I know, it was meth.
Meth. You ever do meth?
No.
Okay. Now he's also being accused of molestation, right?
Yes.
Who'd he molest?
My daughter.
And how did this information come out?
It was a month later that the CPS worker had showed up with that accusation of him touching my daughter.
They took your children away?
Yes.
All of them?
Yes.
And while she was in some kind of care,
Foster care.
she said that my father molested me.
Yes.
Do you believe your daughter?
No, I don't believe her one bit. Because I would have seen the signs.
What
Of
signs
her
would
being touched.
What signs would you have seen if you did see them?
Well, I know for a fact that she wouldn't go around her father. She wouldn't even look at him or talk to him.
That's not true. Victims are around their predator all the time. They're intimidated. They're scared. They have to deal with them a lot. They're so scared, you know. So that's not true. Why would your daughter lie? Let's put it that way.
I just feel that she would never lie. At
Well,
that
there
point,
you
I would
go.
feel-
You just contradicted yourself, though.
Yes.
Why would you, if your daughter would never lie, why would you say that about your husband?
I don't know. I've never seen.
Do you feel like
Him
you got
do
blinders
anything.
on?
Yeah, a little bit. Yes.
Let's meet Dell. Did you molest your daughter?
No, absolutely not. That's my little princess.
Why do you think that's coming out from?
She's learning good touch and bad touch at school, and she's going around everyone, even her little classmates. If they walk in and bump into her butt or anything, she says they're touching her private parts.
So at no time under this influence of meth, you could have done something inappropriate?
No, I was never around my daughter when I was under the influence
You never
of meth.
came home under influence of meth?
No, I would always stay away when my kids...
That's not true. I don't believe
really
that.
is
No, I don't
true.
believe that for a second.
Yes.
You're telling me he never came home under the influence of meth. Where would you stay?
I would just
Sleep in the woods?
hop, my buddy's house. I had people's houses that was doing meth with me that I could stay at.
But you said you were on meth when you beat her.
Yeah, when I come home after a bender.
Yeah, so you were still under meth. So you would come home while you were under meth. So I'm saying, when you were home under influence of meth, maybe you did something to your daughter.
No, never.
Oh, no. But I'll slap my wife around. Did you ever touch your daughter for your own sexual gratification? You answered no. You told the truth. It's good, right?
Yes.
Didn't molest his own daughter. Did you ever strike your son giving him a black eye? You answered no. Did you ever strike your son causing him to spit blood? You answered no. Did you ever strike your son giving him a bloody nose? You answered no. Did you ever strike any of your children, leaving them with a mark or a bruise? You answered no. Did you ever put a zip tie around your son's neck? You answered no. Did you ever hold down your son so a zip tie could be placed around his neck? You answered no. Did you, I didn't ask you this question. Did you ever give your kids illegal drugs?
No,
No.
absolutely not.
Did you ever provide illegal drugs to your children? You answered no. Did you ever staple any of your children to a wall?
No.
Did you ever staple one of your children to a wall? You answered no. Results came back all the same, and they came back that Dale did not tell the truth.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Dale? Why don't you try that with me? Huh?
Where you going,
Why don't
Dale?
you try to come be a
You gonna
man
leave your wife
and try
here?
that with a grown-ass man instead of some kids? Are you kidding me? Those are my nephews.
I didn't do this. I didn't do any of this.
You just failed the lie detector.
What are you
Are you
doing back
kidding
here?
me?
I didn't do
Why
this.
don't you have passed the test? But
I
you
didn't black their
You're
eyes. I
supposed to
didn't beat
protect
them
those
or
kids.
nothing.
You're supposed to protect and provide them.
I have
Abuse
been.
them. They deserve love. They deserve to be taken care of, not abused.
I have been taking care of them.
Not abusing them. And I told you before. And when I found out about this, I told you to come to my house and try that with a grown man. Huh?
I didn't abuse my
You
son.
want me to be a big brother?
I didn't
Well,
beat
get your
my
ass over
son.
here and get it whooped
I
like
didn't.
your little brother should.
Your son did have black eyes.
Yes.
You saw the mark around his neck.
Yes.
And your son saying, my dad did this, okay? Nobody's putting words in his mouth. He's saying, Dad did this. Dad is a meth head. Dad beat you. So the little kids that you bring into the world, little kids that, to every little kid that walks this planet, that mom is the universe, mom is God, they're looking at you and saying, hey, can you stop this maniac? I'm glad to report that the law has caught up with Dale, and I'm even more elated to welcome back his brother Zach, who helped me take a stand against this heartless, accused child abuser. Zach, glad you could join us. What happened after the show?
Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Good.
So the law finally caught up with my brother. He was arrested and for child abuse, the second degree, more child abuse. He got out on bond though. He's got an ankle bracelet on, and he's pending some serious time.
So is he going to trial or?
Yeah, he's going to be, looks like he's going to trial in December at the end of this year.
He is charged with possession of a controlled substance, methamphetamine, child abuse in the second degree, child abuse in the second degree committed in the presence of a child, assault with intent to do bodily harm, domestic violence, previous conviction. He's a habitual offender. If convicted on all the charges, he could face life in prison. You know, when you hear, this would be terrible if he did this to a stranger, you know, if he was some maniac walking the streets and doing this to some stranger. This is what he's stapling his kids to the wall. I never heard that. In all the years of being a policeman, doing my own show, stapling his own child to the wall, putting zip ties around their necks, beating the hell out of them. You know, I don't know if we've ever had a bigger monster on our show.
Yeah, it's very sickening, and it really does hurt my heart.
Yeah.
I hope to see him go to prison and justice be served for the kids.
Yeah. Do you and Dale talk now?
No, I don't associate myself with anybody that does that to children.
Yeah.
And I make sure I keep my kids far away from them.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's a good game plan. He doesn't reach out to you?
No.
Where are the kids at, his kids at now?
Unfortunately, they're in foster care.
Yeah. Well, honestly, it might not be a bad place for him, right? Because it didn't seem like anybody that was standing on my stage that day could really take care of those kids.
Yeah, you're correct on that.
Is he still with Crystal?
Yes, him and Crystal are still together. I don't know what's worse, him doing this to the kids or a woman that stands by him.
But, you know, on stage, she said she was done. If somebody had did anything half as bad to my children, I'd be in jail, right? Like, you know, I'm not going to stay with the person that did that to my children.
No, definitely not.
So when these next court dates, do you plan on going to court?
Yes, absolutely. I want to see how the trial goes down and see how much time he gets and see justice be served.
You know, crazier things have happened. I got to imagine he's going to be found guilty. But either way, you have to let us know at the conclusion of that trial. You have to get back to us, let us know what happened so we can let everybody else know here. Everybody's very vested into this show. We all want to know what happens to your brother. We just wish you all the luck. Thanks for joining us. And we, you know, I'm sure you feel the same way. You say it yourself. We hope your brother gets sentenced to a long prison sentence.
Absolutely.
Take care, Zach.
Thanks for having me.
Rashad was devastated when his high school sweetheart, Bree, moved away and left him for another man. But he got a second chance with her when they decided to rekindle their long-distance relationship in 2021. Rashad thought the relationship was going great. But then he discovered deleted text messages between Bree and other men. Rashad, you're in a long-distance relationship with Bree. How's that working out?
Well, I'm here, so not too good.
Why isn't things too good?
Well, in the beginning, I thought everything was fine. We were in love. Everything seemed to be going smooth. But eventually, I started to see red flags, and I knew something wasn't right.
What were the red flags?
So I'm not really good on social media, but I began to watch her social media, and I would see her. So on Facebook, you can like a photo or you can love a photo, but I figured that you have to hold a button in order to love it, and I started to see she was loving multiple guys' photos. And so I would ask her about the guys, and she would be like, they're just her friends. But the more I went into it, I figured out they weren't, and so I asked her to delete them. And when she would delete them, I checked about 2 months later, and then the guys would be back on. And then when I questioned her on it, she would just get mad and hang up the phone. And I pretty much had to beg her to talk back to me.
Obviously, this upsets you greatly. How long have you known Bree?
So I known her when I was about 16, 17. I had already known her because we had friends in the same group. So that's when we actually met. But at that time, I wasn't able to talk to her because she already had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
So I was just in the background, just waiting.
Yeah.
And then eventually she became single, and I shot my shot, and it worked out.
But she moved away and she went to be with another man.
So she moved to live with her father, but when she moved, things got rocky because we weren't together all the time.
Yeah.
And then I found out that she did it. She called and was like, "I'm leaving you. I got another guy."
And obviously that had to hurt you a lot.
Bad.
Yeah. How did you two get back together?
So even after all this happened, I kept watching her. It was 7 years. I watched her for 7 years. And I pretty much waited to see that they were done.
Yeah.
And then I tried it again.
And how long ago have you been back with Bree now?
Since 2021. That was in May 2021.
Okay. And then you found deleted messages?
So she came to visit me July of this year, and we woke up that morning. Well, I went to work that morning, and she stayed in my house. And when I came back, she had cooked me some Alfredo. So we're sitting in the kitchen. She works from home, so she's on the computer. And while we're eating, I asked to see her phone, and I go through because I was asking my friend like how to find stuff, and he showed me how to check the deleted messages. And I went in and I saw a message from a dude that morning saying, "Good morning, beautiful." So I knew from right there.
When you confronted her about it, what did she say?
The first thing she said was it was her friend and that nothing was going on.
Hey, beautiful. Friends don't talk to each other that way. So did she eventually confess?
So it took her about 3 weeks to confess this. So actually, when I first saw the messages, I called the guy on FaceTime and confronted him.
What and what did he say?
I don't need to be calling him. I need to take it up with my girl. And I pretty much let him know I'll be there to see him too.
And then she eventually admitted that she cheated on you?
3 weeks later,
Yeah. And what did she say?
that she was texting this one guy, that it was only one, but I found more.
Yeah. Did she admit to sleeping with somebody else?
So when I saw her again, I got to go through her Instagram, and I saw a message from a guy. So for her birthday, I let her go for her birthday to California. She was just with me the day before. So she went to California with her friends, since she was gonna meet her dad the day after. So when I let her go, that day, literally the day she went, I found out she slept with the guy because he said he's having flashbacks with a water emoji, and automatically know what that means.
Do you want a relationship with her?
I do. I want to marry her.
You want to marry her? But, okay. What if she fails her lie detector test today?
That won't be happening.
That won't be happening. If she fails, would you move on?
I have no choice.
You have no choice.
As a man, I have no choice.
And before I bring her out, she says you're a great guy, and that she's so sure that you haven't done. She didn't want you to take a lie detector test.
And that's true. Since I've got back with her, when I got my second chance, I said, so when I was with her the first time, I was young, I was in the street, wasn't that good of a boyfriend, and I knew that. So I knew when I got my second chance, I had to do it right. So I went in 100%.
All right, let's meet Bree.
I'm sorry for everything that I've done. I would never do it again, and I haven't been doing it again. I just want to prove my love to you so we can move on and get married and start a family.
But we know this test will prove everything, because if you fail this, we're done.
How would you describe the relationship?
I would describe it as, well, besides my the error that I did is good. It's perfect.
How long ago was those errors?
Sexual contact, at least, was the only time was in May of 2022.
Right.
Anything else, I've just had conversations with other guys.
If you really love him, okay. If you really love him, why are you having conversations with other men?
I just like to be in control.
You like to be in control?
Yes, I do. I like to be in control of things, and I had a hole that I was trying to fill because I wasn't confident enough in myself. It had nothing to really do with him. I just made sure that I treated him the best as that I could, even though I had my own.
When you see him in so much emotional distress on stage here, we don't get a lot of guys that show that kind of emotion with these type of stories. He obviously was devastated by this. When you saw him backstage, right? When you see him in that state, how did you feel?
Guilty, hurt that I hurt him, that I've actually allowed myself to be able to do that to him, and it just brought tears to my eyes. I knew I was doing wrong, and I got so far caught into things where I didn't know how to stop. I didn't actually take the steps that he wanted me to take to be able to show that I do still love him and that I really still loved him besides all of that.
So why, when I caught you, you did it again?
I don't know.
Do you think that you love him the way he loves you?
I'm going to say he does love me more than I love him. Now, I'm not saying that I don't love him, but it's obvious that he does love me more than I love him.
I gotta say, if I was with you and I heard that would hurt me.
I know, but he wants me to tell the truth.
What are you saying?
Yes, it is hurtful, but it's,
he
it's
says
the truth.
he wants to spend the rest of his life with you.
And I want to do the same.
You want to do?
Yes.
So then would you say, if you want to spend the rest of your life with this man, you got to love him a lot, right?
I do love him a lot.
I'm just curious, how do you feel when she says, I don't love him as much as he loves me?
I feel like if she loved me like she supposed to, she wouldn't have done anything. Yeah. From the beginning, I told her I didn't want her having no male contact with anybody who was not a friend of mine, too. If the male's not my friend, how can you have a male friend? And I already explained to you how dudes are. No dude wants to be your friend. That's not how it goes.
I think it's okay for women to have male friends, but these aren't male friends. These are people that you are, at the very least, leading these men to think that there's a sexual relationship.
You spoke sexual with them.
Yes.
Right. And that's where we run into a problem. Just like men, I think men can have female friends, but if you're engaging in a way where they think that there's going to be sex, then it's an inappropriate relationship. Okay. Well, let's find out. Anybody think that Bree is going to pass? Is there anything you want to tell them before I read the results?
That I love you and I've told my truth to you.
Okay. Let's find out. Bree came here and she took a lie detector test, and we asked her, besides what Rashad knows about since 2022, have you had sexual intercourse with any other men besides him? You answered no. Besides what Rashad knows about since 2022, have you had sexual contact with any other men besides him? You answered no. Since in a relationship with Rashad, have you sent sexually explicit content to any man besides him? You answered no. The results came back the same to each one of those three questions, And it came back that Bree told the truth.
I love you, baby. I know. That song for you.
Well, before.
No.
I love you with everything inside of me. You know, when it's been the rest of my life with you, whether it be my life.
I got a ring for him, too.
You know, it's kind of funny because, you know, here you got two people that I do believe are deeply in love with each other, and you made mistakes and you hurt, right? He admitted that when he was younger, he hurt you, and you made some mistakes. But if you're giving each other another chance, all I can say is, don't screw it up. Thank you. Good luck to you. After Monique had a daughter with Darrell, he married her sister, Latavia, and started a family. And the drama doesn't end there. Fast forward to present day. That child is no longer with Monique because guardianship was granted to Darrell and her sister. Now, Monique claims that Darrell and Latavia are being spiteful by keeping her daughter away from her. While Latavia says all she has done is provide Monique's daughter with a good life. And in return, Latavia says she and Darrell have been hit with allegations of neglect along with physical and sexual abuse. Latavia, tell me how Monique's oldest daughter got placed with you.
So I would say a couple years back, we got a call from the case manager from CPS. They got involved because she got in trouble with the law enforcement. She was pulled over. She had a warrant for her arrest. At the time that they were, I guess, booking her or putting her in cuffs, they noticed that there were covers and blankets in the car, along with the 3 children, and then they discovered that in the trunk there were bags of food and garbage bags and stuff like that. So basically they had been living out their car. So when the case manager reached out to us, she's like, oh, we noticed that my husband, it's, you know, speculations that he may be the father of one of her kids. I said, yes, that's accurate. We have the proof. We have documentation basically stating that he is. And she said, okay, well, do you guys want to move forward to see if you can get custody so she wouldn't have to be placed with a foster family? I said, sure, of course. So at that point, that's what we did. And they placed her in our care, and she went to come live with us.
Has the niece been thriving?
Oh, yeah, she's in school. She makes honor roll. She has chores. Like, she's stable.
Yeah.
She has stability. Like, she's good.
She's got a good home environment.
She does. Yeah. She really does. She loves it. She does. There's nothing. I mean, to be honest, that's not what she had before. Right. You know, and looking at her now versus how she was before, she's really genuinely happy.
I'm kind of curious. Mm-hmm. How do you end up with Darrell after he has a baby with your sister?
So they had relations. I don't know if it was a one-night stand or what it might have been, but
you
that
never
was
asked?
Before. No, I didn't, because I mean, at this point, I've been with her for 8 years. I really don't care.
Right, at this point,
but
yeah.
At that point in time, she was still my sister.
Right.
It was a whole different other story. That didn't come about until she knew I was with him and married to him, that they had been in the whole relationship or whatever she wants to call it.
Was she mad that she found out that you were now with Darrell?
No, she wasn't. She was not upset. She was not mad.
Okay. What kind of relationship do you have with your sister?
I have none.
None.
And I do not want any.
And you don't want a relationship?
And not at all.
Okay. Well, let's meet your sister, Monique.
Mm-hmm. Boo.
I don't appreciate this.
Girl, I got nothing to say to you.
That's fine.
I'm done.
But God knows the truth.
He does, and you need to stop bringing him in this.
This is traumatizing my child.
It's traumatizing you, not your child. Your child is fine.
You will say that due to the simple fact you don't know how she feels.
I'm with her every day. I do.
What is your sister and Darrell doing wrong?
They have stopped all communication with my
Why?
child.
Why have we
I
stopped
have not
communication
seen
with
my
you?
child
Let's answer that. Why have we stopped
in
communication with you?
2.5 years.
You don't call her every day. You didn't call her all day.
Latavia,
You don't call her
didn't
multiple
block
times
me
when you
so
call
many
her. You're not
different
asking her
times from
how
being
she's
able
doing
to
in
speak to
school.
my
You're not
child.
asking her what grades. You're not doing none of that.
When I was
you
doing
call
it
her
the
with
last
drama.
time
You
that I
want to know
was on
what
the phone,
you being
did
spiteful.
you
You're
not sit
asking
up
her
there?
what's
Remember
going on
when
in the
Darrell
house.
sat up there
If
and
she's
called my
being
nephew?
you're not checking on her well-being. You're not
You
doing
ain't
none
gonna
of that.
speak on that, huh?
I'm not gonna speak on what?
What I just said.
What you say?
When I was sitting up there on FaceTime with my daughter, and Darrell sat up there and called my nephew a bitch.
Who called? No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
He did.
You're hearing
He was on the
things.
phone
He
talking.
didn't.
And she stood up there
We're
and
talking
corrected.
about the
Yeah.
conversation
I don't
between
give
you
a
and your
damn, and I
child,
brung it out.
not what's happening in the background. What's
All
going on
the
when it
elements
comes
add
down
up
to
together.
you and your child? That's what we're talking
Because
about.
at the end of the day, it's wrong.
So do you believe that your sister and Darrell are abusing your child?
Yes.
How?
Melatonin.
That they're giving your daughter too much melatonin.
Yes.
How do you?
Melatonin is a vitamin, first
Right,
of all.
okay.
How can
Why
you,
is a child receiving
Their
adult
kids'
melatonin,
melatonin, what are
which
you
is 10
talking
milligrams,
about?
and you giving each child
Okay, but
three
let me ask
three
you
gummies
this.
of melatonin?
Okay, how do you know? Like, first of all, how would you know?
Because I was there to witness it.
When was that?
That was back in.
You haven't seen your daughter in 2.5
2021.
years. Okay, you're talking about an incident 3 years ago?
It doesn't matter.
She
All
said, okay,
elements adds up to my child.
Oh, it matters.
Okay,
It
hold
does
on,
matter.
hold on a second. Now, I'm taking her by her word, but she says your daughter's thriving, happy, and an honor student. You said, right?
She is.
She's an honor student.
Well, I wouldn't know any of that because I haven't had no communication with my child.
Lies.
But if she's an honor student and she's happy and all these things, it sounds like they're doing right by her, not wrong.
I got certificate. She don't call and ask about that, though.
Are you at some level at least happy that your daughter didn't have to go into foster care program?
No, that's what she wants her.
I want her to answer. They took her in. They gave her a house. They gave a family, like one, it's her dad that she's with, and her aunt.
He didn't want nothing to do with me or my child.
That's not true.
But at
He
some
didn't even know
point,
he was
he
the
did
daddy.
take her in.
Only reason why he did that was to be spiteful towards me. Now look what I'm having to go through to get my child back. They was all in separate foster care
But do you
together.
think he really just
I did
took
what I
you-
needed to, and
do
then
you
my
re-
other two are home now.
Do you
They
really-
reunified with me.
Okay.
After how long?
But do you really think
It
that-
doesn't matter how long. I did what I needed to as a mother.
No,
what you
didn't.
mean?
No, you didn't. You waited
It's
out the
still
system.
doing what I gotta
No,
do.
you did. No, we gonna keep it. We gonna
doing what I gotta do.
be about the
Talking about-
situation.
yeah, speak your
Let's
facts.
keep
Go
it
ahead.
100.
Let me hear
You
it,
wait out
Xavier.
the system. That's what you do. You don't do what they tell you to do. You wait out that system. And
You know
don't
what?
sit here and
Guess
play.
what? 'Cause they don't got no
I'm a
power
mother
and
that gets-
control over
I'm
me.
the
I got
mother
the
that gets
power and control, baby.
Honey, you don't get nothing done. Let's
Hold
get
on.
that understood. You don't get nothing
What
done.
is that?
I do.
Because
I
I'm
do.
sick I didn't deal with your
You better get your
put
ass
your hands
on.
on me.
You better get your ass on. You better get your ass on. You better get your ass on. I'm that one. You already know that.
Do you call CPS?
Yes, she did. All 3 times. 3 times.
I'm going to spaz the out.
Leave me alone.
No. No. Leave me alone.
Let's meet Darrell. How you doing, Darrell? So, you know, these situations are complicated, right? And I know none of us here in this room know what you've been through. The phone calls, dealing with a young daughter that's conflicted because her mom's putting stuff in her head, things like that. But as a parent myself, I gotta imagine the pain of not having a child is immense, right? No matter how you cut it, no matter what you don't think about her, you know, not having your daughter, it must be painful to her on some level. But you step in at a point where the daughter needs somebody to step in, and you guys do that. and it sounds like your daughter's in a really good situation.
Yes.
You're being a good dad, right? He's a good dad. Your wife, who's her aunt, is more of a mother figure. Am I correct in saying that?
I mean, I try not to be, but I mean, I
But,
don't.
but if she's
yeah.
scratching
Yeah.
things out and
Yeah.
saying, hey, she's got to be looking at you as a mother figure. You're there for her, you're feeding her, you're, making sure she's going to school, all those things. So you said she called 16 times on CPS on you?
She just make up allegations, trying to get all the kids, all of our kids, is into the system to probably like wait it out and then re-offer the. But that's not the.
She's trying to blow up your situation with CPS so she'd have a chance to get her daughter.
Exactly.
And if it don't work out, she'll wait a couple weeks.
So she
call
makes
back in.
allegations about this melatonin. What do you
Yes.
want, anything you want to say to that?
Not really.
Yeah, I mean, you're not overdosing the child on
No.
melatonin, which, melatonin's a natural vitamin stuff, but you can overdose a child on it, from what I understand. She also makes this claim that you're being sexually inappropriate or doing something with your daughter.
Exactly. That's crazy. I would never do nothing with my daughter.
Yeah.
First of all, the first person that she accused was supposed to be here on the stage with all the rest of us. Okay. Apparently, she said something to him and scared him away.
Latavia,
Yes.
you came here and you took a lie
Talking about
detector
some-
test.
I sure did.
And we asked you, did you intentionally overdose Monique and Darrell's daughter with melatonin while in your care? You answered no. Did you ever physically abuse Monique and Darrell's daughter while in your care? You answered no. Did you ever intentionally not feed Monique and Darrell's daughter as a form of abuse while in your care? You answered no. The results came back all the same, and they came back that Latavia told the truth.
Boom! Boom! Now what? Now what? Now what? Now what? What you gotta say? Nothing! Nothing! Bring your ass back here on the stage!
Like you are.
Now face me! You don't want to face me. That's what I thought. You're not a grown woman. You're a little kid.
Darrell, you came here and took a lie detector test, and we asked you, did you ever intentionally overdose your oldest daughter on melatonin while in your care? You answered no. Did you ever intentionally fail to feed your oldest daughter as a form of abuse while in your care? You answered no. Did you ever physically abuse your oldest daughter while she was in your care? You answered no. Did you ever sexually molest your oldest daughter for your own sexual gratification and pleasure? You answered no. The results came back all the same to those 4 questions, and it came back that Darrell told the truth.
Boom! 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 Now what? Now what? What you gotta say?
Whatever the case may be, he did step up. She's been in an environment. She is thriving.
Hello.
She's in a loving, the dad's loving her, the aunt.
Unconditional.
But you won't come out and talk to these people and say, hey, hey, I'm sorry. What do I need to do for us to establish a relationship so I can talk to my daughter, so I can see my daughter? How come you're not out here doing that right now? Are you coming out or not?
No.
Okay. So So Monique came here and took a lie detector test.
Yes.
And we asked her, did you ever falsely accuse Latavia or Darrell to CPS of overdosing your daughter with melatonin? She answered no. She did not tell the truth. Did you ever falsely accuse Latavia or Darrell to CPS of not feeding your daughter as a form of abuse? She answered yes. She did falsely accuse you. Have you ever fabricated and falsified any type of complaint to CPS on Darrell about your daughter? She answered no. She did not tell the truth. Have you ever fabricated and falsified any type of complaint to CPS on Latavia about your daughter? She answered no. She did not tell the truth. Have you ever made a report to CPS on Darrell that was fabricated that he did something sexually inappropriate to your daughter? And she admitted it. She said yes. You know, I haven't been a police officer in a long time, but I got to imagine some of these are criminally, charges that could be facing. Now, that's not what I would want to see happen. I'd like you to come out and say, I'm really sorry that I falsely accused you to CPS numerous times. I apologize. Thank you so much for taking care of my daughter when I couldn't. Would you allow me to work with the two of you so I could see my daughter and have a relationship with her? Are you going to do that or not, Monique?
I apologize, but as far as doing all of that, no. I'm gonna do what I gotta do
All right,
as a
with
mother
that,
and
you
take
can
him
get
to
the
court.
hell out of my studio. It's easy to say, oh, I want my daughter back. Oh, I need her in my life. Oh, she needs her mom. And it's another thing to actually do the work to get her back. Listen, I hope the allegations stop, and I hope that the daughter keeps driving in your car. Thanks for coming on. Nice meeting you. We can walk off this way. Rebecca and James' 6-year relationship has been anything but stable. And now Rebecca's best friend of over 20 years, Danielle, has entered the mix. Rebecca needs to know if James betrayed her by cheating with Danielle. And James needs to know if Rebecca lied about being raped to cover for cheating. You see, Rebecca says she confided in her best friend, Danielle, that she was violated, but believes Danielle told James that the rape story was just a cover. And today, we'll find out the truth. So much for women believing women, huh?
Definitely.
Tell me about Danielle lying that you were raped.
The story is, we got drunk. When I went to sleep, it was a sectional couch. Danielle and her boyfriend or whatever was on this side, and I fell asleep on this side. And when I woke up and I actually came to and realized what was going on, I told the
What was
person,
going on?
He was on top of me.
He was having intercourse with you.
And so I told him to get off of me, and after that I went home. Like, there was no, like, he didn't hesitate. Like, when I said get off of me, he got off of me. I got up and I went home.
Okay. And then you confided in Danielle?
And I told her what had happened.
How long after?
Right after, like within a week or so.
What did she say?
Honestly, she was like, I could see that happening. She told me later on in that same situation that she woke up the same way.
Did you ever confront the young man?
No.
Wouldn't you say, hey, I mean, like, I'm not going to go to the police, but...
No, I didn't, and I should have.
Okay.
I should have at least confronted him.
Yeah. You confide into Danielle, hey, this happened.
Yes.
But then she turns around and tells James, hey, she cheated on you.
And that's what started a lot of our problems, because, that's my best friend of a very long time, so you should be able to believe her when she says those things. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, but you are very best friends with her.
Yes.
Why would she do this to her best friend?
I mean, I don't know. I can't. I'm not her. I can't answer that.
What about Cleveland?
Cleveland. So before I go to Cleveland, me and Danielle had a conversation about going to see this guy down there, which is a family friend. And when I had left and went to Cleveland, I didn't know I was going at that point. I mean, I had talked to her previously about going, but me and James had got into it, and I disappeared pretty much. I was gone, and she got mad because I didn't take her with me to see this guy. And while I'm down there, because she wanted to go down there and see this guy.
Why?
To sleep with him.
Oh. Did you sleep with him?
I mean, yes, while I was in Cleveland, yes, I did. But this is the situation, so.
This dude must be super hot, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he's all right. My boyfriend definitely looks better. But, so, while I'm down there, James calls me on my birthday. We get into a fight. It was a true accident, like.
So you went out with this guy, you had some drinks, and you had sex with him?
Yes.
Did you tell James?
No. Danielle ended up telling James that I went out there.
Oh, because you told Danielle.
I mean, when I came back.
You didn't learn your lesson already.
Danielle went and told James that I went out to Cleveland to have relations with this man.
Right. So how is she your best friend?
I don't know, because I'm loyal.
Other than the dude in Cleveland, Have you ever cheated on James?
There was a recently that I consider actually foul cheating. Yes, I consider.
What did you do?
I had relations with another man.
Why?
Because I felt like it was done. I felt like it was over. I didn't feel
But it
like there was
wasn't
any
over.
fixing it.
Yeah.
No,
now you're
because
still with James.
I'm madly in love with James.
Do you beat James up?
I have hit him. I have.
Why do you do that? You said you're madly in love with him.
Because I've tried so hard to prove that I am telling the truth and
So then you
that
kick
I'm
his
not
ass.
doing things. And when I can't, you can't prove something that's like
Yeah, but I mean,
you just can't prove it.
listen, when you're in love, you're not.
You're not supposed to
The
hit each
person
other.
you're in love with should not be attacking you.
No. No matter what direction it comes
my
from.
wife's telling me that James came here with a black eye.
Yes, he did.
How did he get the black eye?
Well, he was trying to calm me down, and he was holding me. And there was a air pump for a bicycle sitting on our dryer, and I like smacked and grabbed it, like I grabbed and threw it, and it hit him in the face. Yeah.
Let's meet your best friend.
Okay.
Danielle.
Hi.
There you go.
I don't trust you. I really don't. I don't see why you would even do this to me.
You
should have told me the truth from the beginning, Danielle. The minute he stepped foot in your hotel room, you should have told me that he was there.
Are you done?
Are you?
I'm ready to talk now.
All right, come on.
First of all, you're not a good person, Becky. You're not. You're not loyal. You contradicted yourself out here like
I'm not
4
loyal.
times.
What have I ever done to you that has made you do this to me?
Okay.
Can you name a couple things that she's done to you?
Threw me and my kids out in the middle of winter.
Why,
She did
Danielle?
what?
Threw me and my kids out
Why,
in the middle
Danielle?
of winter.
Why?
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
You were staying with her,
Exactly.
she threw you out.
Yes. There's a lot to this. I'm
You
not.
ever sleep with
No.
James?
Nope.
When you
Me
guys,
and James have a history before her.
Yeah.
Not,
But you never
not a
slept with him.
relationship. No, I've never
Yeah.
even hugged the man.
But you just were friends with him before her.
Before, yeah.
Okay. Now, at one point, there was some drinking going on in an apartment. You were on the sectional. She was on the sectional with the young man.
I don't remember exactly what happened there.
Yeah, but she says that she woke up. The young man was violating her, and that she confided to you that
he did that, and that wasn't the case. She confided to me that she slept with and then turned it around that when I told James.
Okay. So she never said that
Not to me.
she was raped.
Not to me until after. Until long after, like, he found out.
Before I bring James up, did you stab him?
Yes, I have.
Did you hit yourself and put him in jail?
Yes, I did.
Why the does this guy stay with you? Let's find out. Let's meet James. Wait, hold on. Why are you booing him? Thinking, everybody's nuts. Right? Like,
Beyond it.
what's that?
I said beyond it.
Yeah. Why do you stay with somebody who's really violent with you?
Because I love her.
Because you love her? So when I was a policeman, I would ask a lot of women, because usually it was the women that were victims of domestic violence, and I'd say, why you stick around? Oh, because I love him. And I'm like, he's beating you up all the time. You got to get away. And I mean, she's just not hitting you. She admitted that she stabbed you.
Yeah.
Why would you stay with somebody that's stabbing you?
Couldn't tell you.
You couldn't tell me.
There's
No.
cause and effect to everything.
Yeah.
Cause and
When you
effect to
stab
everything.
somebody, you tend to bleed.
Yes, a lot. I know, I had to clean that blood up.
Did you call the police on her?
No.
You didn't call the police on her.
No.
But she calls the police on you when you didn't even do anything. And you got put in jail.
Yeah.
And this is the person you love.
It's not like I didn't fix that though. Cause just because bailed him out of jail.
Are you
does not
kidding me?
mean that- but I still helped
You
fix it.
fixed it.
He didn't go to jail.
Okay. First page. Yours is 3 pages, James. Are you sexually attracted to Danielle? You answered no. You told the truth.
Nice.
During your relationship with Rebecca, have you ever made a sexual advance towards Danielle? You answered no. You told the truth.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
During your relationship with Rebecca, have you had physical sexual contact or acts with Danielle? You answered no. You told the truth. During your relationship with Rebecca, have you ever had sexual intercourse with Danielle? You answered no. You told the truth. During your relationship with Rebecca, have you ever had physical sexual contact with any other woman? You answered no. You did not tell the truth.
When you were in Cleveland.
During your relationship with Rebecca, have you ever had sexual intercourse with any other woman? You answered no. You did not tell the truth.
When you were in Cleveland. Tit for tat.
It's all right.
You know
It's all right. No, I don't, but it's all right. You don't.
We would all
It's all right.
to hear what you're
You did not
saying.
tell me nothing.
I told her about it. I did a tit for tat
No, we
when
did
she
not.
was in Cleveland.
Because I know exactly the night you talking about, and it was the same night I. And I
Wrong. Hey, you want to go take another lie detector
Yes,
test for
I
that
do.
too?
Can we get to mine, please, sir?
Hey, we go take another
Can we
lie
get to mine,
detector
please,
test
sir?
for that.
On the night in question, did you consent to have sex with that man? You answered
No.
no. On the night in question, did that man engage in sex acts with you against your will?
Yes.
You answered yes. Did you fabricate the story that you were raped in order to cover up that you had cheated?
No.
You answered no. The results for those 3 questions came back all the same, and it came back that Rebecca did not tell the truth.
I did not lie. I made it. And I said and I did
We then go on to ask her, by the way, I have to say it, when you make false allegations of rape, man, you could really be
Ruin someone's life.
someone's life, okay? I mean, it'd be bad enough if she put you in jail for assault, but imagine somebody going to jail for rape, you know, because this wackadoo wants to just say crazy. Okay, so we then go on to ask her, during your relationship with James, besides the 3 times he knows about, 3 times, have you engaged in sexual contact with any other man that he is unaware of? And she said, yes.
And I'm done.
The
I'm not
hits
doing
just keep.
it. And I asked that's how and he said no. Like, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Besides the 3 times he knows about, have you ever had sexual intercourse with any other man that he's unaware of? And she said,
This room was alone.
yes. Dude, she. She's cheated on you. She cheats on you all the time. She makes false allegations. She's imprisoned you. She, stabs you. You really want to stay with this woman?
I don't know.
I want to take her back there. What about her?
She's just a friend.
She's just a friend. Are you going to stay
Oh,
away?
yeah, I'm good on her.
You
She's-
gotta
she's-
stay
I got
away.
to.
Okay, thanks for being here
Thanks.
today. I'm gonna take them back. I would like to take you back and have you talk to her. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's
Do you want to
fine.
talk? Let's go back and talk to her.
Step over there.
She's got her.
Right over here.
Your man's here. Your
Hey.
man's here.
Hey, babe.
Follow her.
Babe. Just talk to me.
Lying on me.
No, I'm not trying to hear that.
They said have you had sex with any other dudes, and I'm telling you, it's been in 3 times. 3 times. That's
Chill
it.
out, chill out. Why are you
Yes,
getting
through
so
the times
angry?
that you've been home.
Stop.
Did I
Stop.
dude? That's
Stop.
it. No.
This was your choice coming here. It's all because she thought I was gonna be the one lying.
Okay, so she doesn't want to talk to you at all. She's running from the truth.
Yeah, it's because she thought I was gonna be the one lying.
Right, so my thing is, you gonna let somebody just totally mistreat you like that? That's how you want to live your life?
No, not really.
No. I mean, you seem like a decent guy. Why would you go through that to physically endanger you? Because she has. And again, I mean, to spend any amount of time in jail, it's got to be terrifying, right?
Yeah, it's pretty crappy.
Right, it's terrible. And you didn't do anything. And now she's going to stand here and lie and lie and lie and lie to you. I'm not asking you to make a decision.
But I need to.
You need to make a decision. I mean, she goes around, she just screws over everybody in her life. Do you think you were going to stay with her?
If she would have been telling the truth.
But she's not telling you the truth.
Yeah, I know. So
what do you think? You got to move on, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Good luck to you. Take care.
Thank you.